brothers, it has certainly been a while since I have posted a video on YouTube. I think it's been about 3 to 4 years since I last published, but I might be back. Who knows? I might be back. So without further delay, we are gonna showcase today's newest unit that came with Epic 7's Origin update, Guard Captain Krau. So he is technically the new MC of the story that came out with Origin, which is like the Epic 6 story, the world before Epic 7. But today we are gonna only go through his kit, his build, and how he's gonna be played in Arena. So first of all, let me just go through his skills enhancements. So if you want to use him without spending all your resources, I would say S3 plus 5, and then followed by S2 to the combat readiness. Damage is of course nice, but if you want to min-max your Molagora, you can just level this skill to the combat readiness, and it should be fine. And for skill 1, you want to enhance his skill to the combat readiness part, and the damage is of course nice to have, but it is not very necessary if you want to save your Molagora. So now moving on to his build, and as you can see, I'm a F2P player, of course. So for his artifact, I have him at plus 15, and for his imprints, I got none. Of course, it will be very, very value to have his first imprint, because the first imprint for every character is over the most value, right? So plus 6% defense is huge for him, especially since he has a high base defense, right? So for his artifact, I think the best in slot is of course his own artifact. I don't think there are any other artifacts that can be suitable for him, because his artifact is just too strong. Like at the start of the battle, you get 10 soul, and then you increase damage dealt by soul burn, and an additional 15%, right? So how it works, right, is when his S-Shield, you soul burn his skill. This is where the big damage comes from, right? You want to soul burn, attack a single target, and then just delete the unit off the field. And for build wise, this is my build for now. It is very relatable to F2B players. Like I see so many people with 200 more defense on me, or like 20 more speed on me. But honestly, all you need is just speed immunity. I would recommend like a fast build with as much defense as you can get, because all he needs is defense and speed, right? And also HP for like some bulk. And sets wise, I would say speed immunity. You can go speed defense too if you want to get more defense and more damage, if you're like confident if you're going first. But if you want to be more, if you want to have a crowd that is more generally used, I would say immunity is the best, because nowadays a lot of openers can debuff you without stripping, right? So immunity is really, really important. And these are my individual pieces. Like look, it is so relatable, man. Like this immunity piece, 16 speed, that's it. Like crit damage roll, holy shit, it is useless, right? And then we got a speed set here, defense, defense main. Of course, this is 20 speeder, right? Okay, maybe this is unrelatable, but you can just like take some speed roll and then just put it into other pieces, and then it's like balanced, right? Look at this ring, immunity, 85 equipment score. Like this is very relatable, I would say. So a crowd like this is definitely doable, and he already does his job in RTA, right? Like he can definitely delete a unit turn 1. Now moving on to how he's gonna be used in like RTA, right, or Arena. So now I'm gonna show you an example of an RTA draft where Krau is really, really good into. So as you can see, Krau is on the right side, and he got the win for his team, right? And for information, the person with the first pick is on the right. So we have a first pick Hera here, and then into a DDR Celine, into a green Celine, into a Krau lock-in on 3, and then a Balian and LRK, and we got an AOL, a Sharoon, and last but not least, we got a Tori. So as you can see, from the combat readiness, Krau takes the first turn. He is a really, really fast build. But however, since there's a Balian on his team, this Krau cannot soul burn on his first turn, right? So I think what he did here was to S2, stun the Celine, and then Sharon goes, defense break everyone, AOL goes, debuffs everyone, and then Sterling kills the Balian first so that he can get his souls cycling up. And afterwards, I'm pretty sure he played a slow game out, because the Krau doesn't die too fast, right? He's a very, very tanky unit. So afterwards, when he manages to get a soul back, I'm pretty sure he can just soul burn and just delete the DDR. Or he could just actually use single attacks from his other units, proc these two units to be below 50% HP, and then the Krau can just S3 and just kill them both, right? Because S3 without summon is an AoE attack, so that could work to his favor as well. And that is how he won the game, right? So in my opinion, I think this Krau unit is actually really, really strong, so long as you can pick him in the correct spot, right? I would say if you want to pick him in like RTA, you need to make sure he is like a fast build. If you're not playing against Hasati, right, for sure, because Hasati just locks you down and then you can't really do anything. So you want Krau to be on a really, really fast build so that he can follow up or just take the first turn and just destroy one unit, right? And of course, his natural counters are like Balian, who prevents your soul burn, so you can't really do like a big damage on turn 1. But however, you can just play around it and then maybe just like, you know, like in this case, right, just stun a unit, and then after that, you kill the Balian, and then you generate souls, and then you can go for like the big damage. And of course, other than Balian, like over here, right, on his skill, his S3 actually penetrates the target's defense. And so units like ML, Ilinef, and DN which mitigates defense penetrating skills, are really really good into Krau, right? So you might want to avoid picking into those two if you see them. Or you could just steal the pick, right? You could just steal INF or you can steal DN and then you just pick it with him. He's also really good with them. But his natural counters aside, I think you can just pick him with like any opener if you want to pick him at RTA. You can just like first pick or second pick your openers and then you pick Krau. But if however you are not gonna pick openers and they have openers instead, I don't think I'll recommend picking Krau because Krau can easily be control or aggro upon, right? So you don't want to pick him in those kind of situations. So yeah, that concludes the showcase of Guard Captain Krau. It is a really really short video. It's just me demonstrating how this Krau unit works and how you should build him, right? It's very very simple. But if you do have more questions regarding Guard Captain Krau or anything about E7, just feel free to join my Discord or you can catch me live at Twitch almost every day. But if I'm not live at this point where you're watching the video, you can just drop me a follow on Twitch and you will find out when I will be going live, right? So thanks for watching my first video after a long while. I'm not sure if I will still publish videos. I will try my best. So see you guys in the next video. Hopefully. Bye bye.